everybody, and welcome to our channel. My name is Sam.
My name is Ryan, and a very hearty YouTube to all of the daddies watching. We took a poll on our Instagram stories the other day because Sam and I were having a conversation about random celebrities that give us the ick.
Mm-hmm. If you're not familiar with what the ick is, it's not just not liking someone. It's not liking someone and not knowing why.
Yeah, for no discernible
reason. You can't really describe the feeling that this individual gives you. It just simply gives you the ick.
So we put question boxes in both of our Instagram stories asking you, the daddies, to just tell us some celebrities that give you the ick. Mm-hmm. Again, no discernible reason why. You just don't like them and you can't quite pinpoint the reason. And boy, not only did we get a lot of interesting responses, we just got a lot of responses in general. So many. So we are going to turn this into a whole series. So we're going to have a running tier list over multiple videos ranking the celebrities that give daddy the ick.
Quick disclaimer. We've already explained what the ick is. This does not mean that these people are bad people, that we don't support them, or blah, 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 blah. This is simply put the ick.
Also, you guys said that you didn't like them. We're just commenting on how you feel.
Exactly.
So here come the tiers for our first multi-video running tier list, rating people from least icky to most icky. The bottom tier. What?
Simply put, we don't agree.
Like when we saw these names as the answer to the question, what celebrities give you the ick, we were like, what?
Tier from that is to each their own. They don't necessarily give us the ick, but we can, I guess, maybe see.
Sure.
I don't know.
Like,
to each their own.
You know, you got that opinion. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna agree. Just you have it. That's fine. Tier up from that, a very solid middle tier. Just kind of like, I get it. I haven't thought about it much, but now that you say they're icky, I get it.
Tier up from that is cringe. This is not full ick, but you do cringe sometimes at stuff they do or when you see them. It causes a physical response.
And the top tier, the epitome of ick, I can't look. Like, I can't even look at this person. I can't understand why, but it's just the most icky to me. Get them off my screen, get them off my television, get them out of my life. Ick! Again, ickiness does not devalue them as people, nor does it even have anything to do with their talent or their personality. It's just an individual feeling. So just before you're angry commenting about how mean it is that we put so-and-so in the I can't look category, just stop now. Because that's not what this is. It's for fun. We're having fun. Come on.
Also, we didn't pick these people again.
Right. We're just talking.
We are innocent.
You started it.
Let's start, shall we?
Let's. In no particular order, these are just random people that we picked that you submitted. First up, Demi Lovato.
Now, even back to their Sunny with a Chance days, I get it.
I think Demi is a truly fabulous vocalist.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love listening to that voice. Mm-hmm. I can't really listen to Demi talk. I can't really watch Demi communicate with aliens.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I can only enjoy you in one way, and all of the other ways just kind of bring my shoulders up to my ears.
Cringe? I have physically cringed at a video clip of Demi Lovato or at hearing something that they said.
I could put Demi in the I can't look category because I can listen.
I can listen,
but I can't look. If you weren't, because I feel like I can't look should be reserved for the very special instances where we agree. So we'll put Demi in cringe. Up next, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, I don't know about you, but Jim Carrey was submitted a lot in mine.
Really?
Yeah. I was kind of shocked, honestly.
That shocks me. Honestly, my impulse was almost what? Because I could see how some people could get confused by him being a comedian and his physical humor and his alrighty then as just humor that they don't like. But that to me doesn't scream ick. I actually am really intrigued when Jim Carrey is in interviews and talking, and I think he's a really talented character actor.
Yes, he is absolutely a very talented character actor, but I do think that there is a generous swath of people who lack the nuance to understand that that's what he's doing. I think that people see what Jim Carrey's doing some people see what Jim Carrey is doing is just stupid when it's actually
Great character
very
work.
few people in the world could commit the way that he commits. So I get it, which isn't me saying I get it. It's me saying I get it. You know?
Yeah.
It's not a what to me because I do see how people could watch what he's doing and get icked by it, even though I, as someone who completely understands what he's doing, think it's brilliant. So this is like to each their own for me.
I agree.
Then there he shall go. Next up, we have Matthew Morrison. I cannot look at Matthew Morrison. I cannot listen to Matthew. Nothing about I don't know if it's Mr. Shoe or if it's him. But at this point, what's the difference?
Yeah.
I truly cannot with Matthew Morrison.
And hey, that's the thing about the ick. It really can't be explained.
Right.
I feel bad for Matthew Morrison because I know that this is kind of, at least on the internet, like a universal ick.
Yeah.
And I do think a big piece of it is Mr. Shoe. And I know that this isn't supposed to be about like their talent or their performances and stuff, but there's something, there's just something. And so to me, he's an I can't look.
I'm completely fine with that outcome.
Up next. Sorry, you can already tell by my delivery. Hugh Jackman was on the list, and this is a what? To me, I genuinely don't get it. I look at him, and I'm like, that is a kind, loving, like, sunshine of a man. I don't get it.
I was shocked when I saw this name as well. I have such a high opinion of Hugh Jackman. And how do you feel about his singing voice?
I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine.
He's very well trained.
Yeah.
He obviously has an expert gift. And that's a warble of a vibrato, fam. If you are someone who is not used to hearing that kind of, like, we are theater
Yeah.
If you are the type of person who is not used to listening to like that intense of a warble, like 2 4 6
like it sounds so good in Oklahoma. Like I know,
but that's not what
you're
people
like, we're
are.
musical theater girlies.
Yeah, like people are not experiencing him that way.
Honestly, I don't care because this isn't about their talent. Like
No,
Hugh Jackman doesn't give me.
I'm not saying it's a. I think that Hugh Jackman is a mammothly talented person. If I was even remotely as talented as Hugh Jackman, I would consider myself immensely lucky. I'm trying to get into the psyche of the many people who put him in my Instagram story.
Well, we don't have to agree with them. I'm pushing for what? How do you feel?
I can't in good confidence put him in what? Because even though I don't agree with it, I can get myself to the point that I understand it.
It's got to go into each their
All
own
right,
then.
same place as our friend Jim.
Next up is Jimmy Kimmel, famous talk show host, go-to host of the Oscars now. This one, to me, is, I get it.
Oh,
I
really?
personally am not bothered by him, but
This is so
the
funny.
current era of late night talk show hosts, I feel like a lot of them just have the potential to ick people. There's something about being a talk show host that I think you almost welcome a certain amount of ick. And so to me, I kind of get it.
It's so funny because to me it's like a what?
Really?
I don't find him icky at all.
I do think my thought process is being contaminated by Jimmy Fallon just a little bit, or like the other.
Right, he's not Jimmy Fallon.
I know.
I just think I think he's gracious. I think he's funny. I think
It's true.
I think that being a talk show host is a supremely hard job, and like obviously if you're on cable television every night, you're not gonna hit it out of the park every time.
Do you know what's interesting?
I
completely take it back.
I don't find him icky at all.
I think I was being biased because now that I think about all the times I've actually watched Jimmy Kimmel or watched him in interviews or in his monologues, I've never gotten the ick from him. So I'm fine with him going in what?
Yeah.
I
This is a
retract
what to
all
me.
of my first opinions.
Great. I think that we have another what just barreling down the chamber at us. But again, I saw this many times. Ryan Reynolds. What? I do.
He is charismatic. He's snarky. He's brilliant. He's such a
funny.
good like writer and performer.
I can't.
I literally can't find a reason.
Like, I'm even with the people I don't agree with, like, you know, Jim Carrey, Hugh Jackman, even with the people I don't agree with, I was like, okay, how could maybe someone perceive this as an icky person? Ryan Reynolds?
Not at all.
But it was in...
That's
it was
crazy
submitted
to me.
so many
Maybe
times.
it's just people who don't like the like sarcasm or the like vulgarity of him, but like that's not even to me to each
Like,
their
I
own.
guess his eyes are kind of close together. I'm just trying to find a reason. I'm literally like throwing darts with a blindfold on.
It's a what? It's a what?
Great.
Next up is someone I have been a lifelong fan of, truthfully. Taylor Swift was a submission that I got a lot. Now, again, my first album that I purchased with my own money was Taylor's debut album.
First live concert I ever went to was Taylor.
Nashville Girly. I
Fearless.
adore her.
Yeah.
And I get it. I fully get it.
Yeah.
There are moments still, even on the Eras tour, there have been clips from the Eras tour where I see her do her classic, like, and like I can't do it.
Yeah.
She is one of the best songwriters ever. I adore her so much. I listen to her music
all the
every
time.
day.
Yeah.
Every day.
As do I.
I love her. And I love her creative mind. There's so much.
And even
still,
I do get it.
I do get it.
Okay. I get it, I think, is a great place for Queen Taylor. There you go, girly. Enjoy your time. Next up, and again, weird, but we got this submission a few times. Harry Styles.
Harry Styles to me is what? Because when I look at concert footage of Taylor, I'm like, I get it. When I look at concert footage and like public footage, oh, never mind. I was going to say when I look at public footage and everything of Harry, I'm like, what? But then I think about the viral moment from Don't Worry Darling press that went around when he was like, the movie just feels like a movie.
Harry as an actor needs to be factored in here.
Oh, Harry as an actor does make me cringe. I have been a lifelong Harry Styles fan.
I think Harry and Taylor
sitting
in a tree. IGETIT exclamation point.
Yeah, I get it. Because as a performer and as Harry Styles, I don't get it. It's like, what? He makes great music. He's such a charismatic performer, so warm and lovely.
People are going to see a movie, and it's like a movie.
That was like incredibly...
So cringe.
I do get it.
Okay. Dang, I did not see that.
I know.
I did not see that happening, bro.
Honestly, when we put him on this list, we were like, this is going to be a what for sure.
I'm glad
about that.
I'm glad we did our due diligence.
Yeah.
And also, like, looking at this list, I mean, this is a pretty balanced kind of hodgepodge of the cringes and the non-cringes here.
Oof.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to do 2 more for this video, but keep your eyes on our channel because this is going to be a multi-video event. We have like...
We have such a big list, guys.
Dozens more to get through. Next on the list, and this is going to be a hard one because I have so many opinions all over the place about this individual. Pete Davidson is on our list.
Personally, Pete has never made me cringe. When I have been a fan of Saturday Night Live for such a long time.
Love him on Saturday Night Live.
I remember when he joined and everything. And I need to stop making such bold statements because saying he's never made me cringe and then starting to talk about things that he's been a part of, I have immediately am reminded of like the times that he's made me cringe. I feel like my integrity is nothing in this video. I feel like I keep flip-flopping. I get it.
I love Pete on SNL. I think Pete was one of the funniest roasters at like the roast of Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm. Like he's had some moments that have just been like, who is this guy? He is like a legendary comedic mind. Mm-hmm. But I watched that one special on Netflix and like my shoulders would just by my ear the whole time. I was just like, are you okay? I could push Pete all the way to cringe, which pains me because I really do think he's incredibly talented and I am such a fan of some of the things he's done.
I want to push for him to just go to I get it because
fine.
I feel like a lot of the ick that people associate with him is because of stupid projects he's done or you know, people he's dated or like rumors and all that stuff. He does not personally give me the ick, so I see your cringe and I think we should bring it down to I get it.
Fair compromise. I'm good with it. Okay. The last celebrity to rate this time, but we will be back to complete this list. I mean, I think we probably have 2 more videos to go with all these people. Again, I don't get this, but this was in at least my Instagram stories a few times.
I saw it on mine too.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
What? Like, genuinely what? I think he does such a good job presenting himself in the media, on social media, not being too in our faces. He's a major movie star. I'm genuinely trying to think of all the pop culture moments that he's been out there, and like, would anyone find that icky? Because also like his umbrella dance that he did, like everyone like loved.
No,
like
I'm
struggling.
trying really hard to find a reason to even just like pop him up to yellow.
Like, because to me, he doesn't even go into each their own. Like, objectively, I feel like Tom Holland is just like
unbelievably talented, extraordinarily affable,
and just, like,
funny,
likable,
charming.
charming,
Yeah,
like-
I don't get this at all. I think this is a what?
I think this is a what?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And please, if you submitted Tom Holland,
Right.
comment. If you submitted
Drop a comment
anyone
for
that's in
sure.
the bottom tier,
Yeah.
just comment and give us as much of an explanation as you can give, because I understand that the ick is undefinable, but try.
Yeah, I mean, the really good news about this type of video, this type of rating, this kind of conversation is that personalities and socialization is a completely subjective thing. One of my favorite ways of thinking about the world is like your best friend is somebody's worst enemy. Like, how is that possible?
How
It
does that
turns
happen?
out that just there's a chemical thing that happens and some people don't like some people. So like, this is all subjective. You might love Matthew Morrison and hate Jimmy Kimmel, and that's exactly the opposite of how we feel. Like, let us know, Daddy. I'm also just gagged that we went through 10 people on this video, and the only person who got to the full top was Matthew Morrison. Poor guy, all the way up there by himself. Anyway, it's all subjective. None of this matters. Matthew Morrison, if you're watching, I'm sure you're a great guy. Again, we've said it like 1,000 times, but we're just trying to get that engagement. This is a living, breathing tier list. We are coming back to her. So, as always, be sure to like and subscribe, especially so that you can get notifications on when part 2 of this ick celebrity tier list comes out. Until then, Daddy, we love you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Goodbye.
Bye.